Hi guys, my name is Ian. I'm really sick, and if you don't know who I am, I'm a live streamer on Twitch.tv. I go by the stage name Purple on that site, but here I'm Ian. I'm dropping character because this is a little bit of a personal topic I want to talk about. It's about 7 in the morning. I haven't slept, and a few hours ago, when it was still dark outside, I watched a video by the Game Theory, or the Game Theorist channel, by MatPat, called Leave Pewdiepie Alone. And for those who haven't seen it, click here. Or I'll sum it up for you. It's not about PewDiePie that much. It's about how mainstream figures and mainstream audiences and just the entity that is the mainstream, and how they or it views internet content and internet content creators. The video led me to a bunch of articles and a bunch of other videos that I watched, and I read the articles and read the comments, some of them at least, and it made me realize something. Internet content this day and age is really seen as a joke, and I understand why. I get, people, producers of TV shows and older people don't understand the medium. I sound like a real dick right now, but they don't understand. When I grew up, this was, TV was TV was respectable, and nowadays, when they do watch TV, they watch these terrible shows, and they don't even, when they're not watching TV, their entertainment's coming from that computer box and the YouTubes. And they're watching, people play video games, and they're watching people unpack their purses. And when you look at it from their point of view, it's understandable why internet people or internet content is looked down upon so much. And I understand that a big part of the whole thing of public figures talking against internet creators is because it generates controversy, which generates a conversation, which makes their show talked about and in the forefront of everybody's mind. Clever marketing, I get it. But it is true. I do know a lot of people, older people usually, I actually think it's exclusively older people, that look at internet content and, don't hold it up to the same regard that TV is on. And I have to politely disagree, respectfully disagree, and just tell you that internet content is valuable, and you can find some really, really good things and learn a lot, and there's some quality content out there. And I know you guys can refute that by flooding me with a bunch of cat videos and a bunch of vlogs where people unpack their purses, but I can also show you whatever show made the Kardashians famous. I can show you anything on MTV. I can show you a bunch of shitty shows that serve no purpose other than to dumb or dull your mind and just, keep you numb until it's 8 o'clock and you have to go do homework or something. There are TV shows that are just mindless and dumb. And so, yeah, flood me with all your cat videos and all your dumb videos that you think is or that you think is an argument against internet content, and I'll just show you a bunch of shows that right now are even more highly viewed than anything on the internet, and they're all mindless and dumb. Hell, we're talking about the medium that made Jersey Shore famous. I'm sorry, you can't argue that TV is respectable completely. But it's the point that I want to move on to now that I've made my argument is I find it really funny that these mainstream figures, these public figures, these talk show hosts are yelling and making fun of a medium of entertainment that isn't going away and is probably going to replace TV. And I'm not saying that internet's going to replace movies. I'm not saying it's going to replace, YouTube musicians are going to, take over the mainstream, pop charts. That's not going to happen. But TV is in a really tough spot when it comes to the internet. I say this because I know a lot of people, and all 0 of them still watch TV. People that I talk to don't watch TV anymore. You know, we don't talk about Game of Thrones. We don't talk about whatever shows are airing right now. We talk about the latest epic rap battle of history, the latest episode and game the Game Grumps are playing, what the Nostalgia Critic has recently reviewed, what Nostalgia Chick has recently reviewed. That's the basis of our conversations, and it's not just people my age. I recently was at an elementary school because I was with a friend picking up his 4th grade sibling, and we had to walk into the principal's office because the kid was in trouble for something, and I heard this group of kids, and one of them made a Game Grumps reference, and everybody laughed. And I smiled a bit because, 1, I got the reference. 2, I thought that these kids should not be watching Game Grumps because that's way too adult humor for them. And 3, it showed that, you know, that's... internet is kind of starting to take over, and, you know, we've got a generation that's hooked while they're young, which it means that this is what they're going to grow up on, and this is what they're going to do when they're older. I remember when I was in elementary school, if you missed an episode of the Justice League, or you missed the episode of South Park last night, or you didn't watch the guy on Comedy Central Presents last night, or you didn't watch SpongeBob, or Ed, Edd n Eddy, or Powerpuff Girls, or whatever was on that at the time, you were the odd kid that day. You didn't get to partake in the conversation. You know, you had to find someone else who also missed the episode so you could have a friend in your, you know, in your ostracized, whatever. You were ostracized. You and that kid were ostracized, and you could bond over that day. But nowadays, yeah, you didn't see the new episode of Adventure Time, but you saw the new Nostalgia Critic video. You saw the new Game Grumps video because, you know, you could watch it whenever. When your parents put you to bed and, you know, they thought you were asleep, you got on your phone, you watched it. You watched it before school started because you had that kind of time and your phone got signal. That's just first off, it's just a better way to take in media at your own time when and wherever you are. And that's the fact that that's now a schoolyard conversation. The Game Grumps are. That's very telling as to where internet content is going. I remember when I was really little on YouTube, I was making magic videos, videos of me doing magic tricks, and I logged on back in the early 2000s, and it said the web page, the front page of YouTube was changed, and it said YouTube is now mainstream. And I thought to myself, yeah, YouTube's mainstream, whatever. Yeah, you know, not like it's TV or anything. You know, TV is TV, that's not going anywhere. But as I've kept up with technology, and as I've kept up with trends, and as I've kept up with, you know, how people, you know, take in media and what people are talking about nowadays and what people are doing nowadays in their spare time, that's really not the case anymore. I was wrong as a kid, yeah. YouTube is becoming television. It's killing television because it's more convenient and you can interact. There's a much higher chance that you interact with your the person you're watching. Hell, I'm a live streamer. I talk directly to my fans every day, and I think that's just a bit more of a better way to do media. You know, how awesome would it have been if you're in your old shows you could talk to Lewis Black, you could talk to George Carlin, you could talk to Marky Mark, I don't know, just talk to the person you see on screen, talk to Jimmy Fallon. Like, how awesome would that be to type something and he looks at it and reads it out loud and laughs at it and says, oh, that's really funny, you're all right, and then he reads your screen name. Like, how cool would that be? And that's what people can do now. People can do that to the Diamond Minecart. People can do that, Sky Plays Minecraft. Markiplier on his live streams. I remember, hell, like, that was such a cool thing that back in the day, Blog TV, YouTubers were doing Blog TV all the time. SXE Phil and Shane Dawson. When I was young and I got SXE Phil and Shane Dawson to read my comment and laugh, I felt like the king of the world because this person that I watched and I enjoyed acknowledged my existence and it was so cool. So I really don't know why I made this video in the first place, but I just want I just want to say that I'm very happy with where I am, and I'm very, very disappointed to see these admired actors and comedians talk shit about, you know, how people are going to be consuming content for the next decade or two before we invent something else that's fucked up and crazy. Seriously, how weird is the internet? Just think about history beforehand. How weird was the fucking internet? That was, you know, imagine life in the 80s, the internet. Something new like that is going to come in the future where it's going to be like, nowadays, some crazy shit. So I look forward to that day, but until then, we're the game. Sorry, Kimmel. Sorry, Fallon. Sorry, blonde girl who made fun of PewDiePie at that award show. I don't know your name because you're irrelevant in my life because you don't make content on the internet. Oh, I'm going to get so much hate for that. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I forgot how much I liked vlogging. I haven't done it since 2007, so maybe I'll make more. Probably not. Bye-bye.